So this is the AI FieldVoice AI service report generator here. On the top here, you can see the customer information. So I just did like a quick work order, WP 123456. It can be a customer name here, high voltage, and what the actual job was. So I just put top in, and you can actually see the full details if you go to back to work order here. But here, yes, this is the service report here. So this is the AI generated report. And as you can see here, this is my original transcript. So if you click this arrow here, you can actually see what I actually said right here. So you can see the difference to what I just did. Like, I call this the brain dump area. So you can just, just say whatever you want, slang, cursing, whatever. And what the AI does is, to this certain language model, I use, I believe, ChatGPT 4.1, because this language here works best for this type of report, but we also see that, it even works better with Anthropic Opus. But here I just want to show you an example. So it generated the service report, here the date, just go here and just put whatever date you want. And it's the summary: perform top end overhaul, this assembly on 3516 engine at high voltage customer site, remove cylinder heads, associated components for rebuild preparation. But you can see the difference here. I just started off with arrival on site, waiting for customer. So it took the idea on what the summary was, and it kind of generated here. And as you can see, the work performed, coordinated with customer operator to drain coolant. And it's structured, pretty cleanly. So it's easy for the customer, easy on the eye for them to actually read this, to see what actually is going on. So whenever you build a customer, it pretty much justified this, right? So let's just say this is for like the left bank that I was working on the top end, just on my side here. Now you have another guy working on his side, then he generates the same identical reports, and the customer have a general idea from day one what we've done specifically from 1 through 13. Parts used, I can actually start, we can go deeper into this on the parts used, the findings and the recommendation. Disassembly completed successfully despite crane access restriction. Engine probably protected against contamination during downtime. So these are some key components that I put here, just to cover our ass, the CYA, general procedure. And here I created, if you wanted to upload some images, you can do that as well. But in the mobile, you pretty much have like an option where you can just, take a picture or whatever. This is just on the desktop. You can also go back and edit and add more to the story. So even if you don't like some of the stuff, you want to add some more touch-ups to it, you can also add like, hey, parts used. Let's just say parts used, or during assembly you can put like, okay, such and such was used. The part number for XYZ or cylinder packs, this one was used here. So that's even really important too. So that way we know that, hey, we did put the right cylinder packs in, we did put the right bearings in, but it'll auto populate in here once we mention it in here as well. So the AI is smart enough to detect that. And here's another thing here that I kind of implemented. So just in case if we miss something, it'll remind us, hey, did you miss any details while you were, disassembling the engine? Because it kind of knows the procedure, right? So it's pretty much like, hey, I'm also watching on what you took off and what you mentioned. By the way, did you disassemble the rocker assembly or whatever like that, So what was the condition of the cylinder heads when removed? Any visible damage, warping, or excessive wear? See, so here I could say, no excessive wear down deck is usable. Do that. Or if it's bad, you can just mention something else. Were bearing clearances checked during assembly? condition of the head gasket and spacer plates that were removed. What was the condition of it? Usable spacer plate, or I mean, you can put something in here. If you just want to skip it for now, you can do that. But it's just giving you like additional options, that you want to add to it. For the torque spec documented, this is during removal, which I don't know if it makes sense here. I think it's more like installation here, but we can always do some touch-ups. But then you hit save reports there, and it saves. So this is FieldVoice AI service report generator. So this is pretty much like the prototype. There's still some more refinements being done right now before it becomes an MVO product, and then we're going to push it from there. But yeah, I just want to show you what the idea is behind this, and then hopefully we're working on to maybe web hooking this to, like, this is say not service, but Salesforce. And once this is done, we save it, we submit it, then it automatically goes into the actual account of the text on Salesforce. So that way they don't have to go in there and do a double entry, and it does it for them. So it's pretty much like, I'd say 80-90% automation, and then the rest is like just a little touch up here and there from the text. But you can see how much this can help in the long run once we start tuning this up.